we're still embarking over the the Iranian file and the strikes, the sudden strikes. Actually, the Russian government, there were, statements released by Russian officials clearly stating that those meetings in Geneva were a cover-up, only a cover-up. They were never interested in peace, they were never interested in any settlement, but only through strikes, and these meetings were a cover-up. That was a statement given by an official Russian official. Now going back to our telephone, Mr. Ramzy Khoury, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak to you.
Good afternoon to you.
Have a most blessed one, Mr. Khoury. How are things at your end? We hope that you're enjoying a peaceful, merciful, holy month, inshallah. Speaking about the strikes that earlier were hitting Iran and the retaliation taking place, how do you assess the possible implication this time, this round, over the neighboring countries in the region, especially that there was a little bit of an escalation this time on the part of Iran, because they just can't sit, tying their hands every time and getting the strikes and watching the strikes around them.
Well, Iran today has hit many countries that are where there are supposedly U.S. bases. So they did hit the UAE, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Jordan. The Jordanians were able to block at least 2 rockets that were aimed at Jordan. So the Iranians basically promised this before. They said that if we are attacked, we are going to attack all American bases in the region. The Iranians also declared today that they are attacking the U.S. vessels in the sea. But obviously, we just have to monitor and see where this is going to go. But the escalation, yes, absolutely. Obviously, Iran also attacked Israel with several rockets. We are aware of damage on the ground in Israel. And again, the issue with this time is that this could actually be prolonged. This may not be, if you like, an attack for one day. This could take several days, and it could escalate even further. All depending on what the Americans and Israelis are able to do to Iran, but also what Iran is able to do. That is different from the last bout that we saw before.
Right, that's very much true. Everybody's concerned, of course, with all the respect of the empowerment and enforcement of the American side to the Israeli side, both together. It is fully understand and the violation of international rights and all that. But at the same time, the perspectives are being focused over the Iranian side. The Iranian side could be unexpected over and also the involvement of other parts that could join in if there are possible escalations later in the week. So how do you read that?
The uncertainty is very high. It all depends on whether Iran has been able to acquire new technology or different technology than what it had before. But what we note this time is that the Iranians have a will that did not exist last time it was attacked by America and Israel. And this will is all about proving that they can inflict pain on the other side. Why? The Iranians realized that playing it cool and to that degree that we saw in the last bout is an invitation for ongoing attacks on Iran. So the Iranians made it very clear that what they are going to do this time is they are not going to have restraint. That in itself is a very big statement, and I'll tell you why. The Iranians, for example, could have attacked all oil rigs that Israel gas and oil rigs in the sea as well as the storages. They didn't do it last time, because what does that mean? The Americans and the Israelis would attack the Iranian gas and oil rigs. The Iranians could have attacked Dimona in Israel last time. They didn't do that, because then the Israelis may find justification for attacking Iran with certain types of nuclear weapons, depending on whether there is a leak or not out of Dimona after it gets attacked. So basically, to say that there will be no restraint this time is going to be much more painful. Any such pain would be inflicted on both sides, because the Americans would upscale their attack, the Israelis would upscale their attacks, and they would consider any escalation by the Iranians as justification for more devastation, more death amongst civilians, more destruction in Iran. Do the Americans have the power to overturn the regime in Iran this time? If they don't, then the Americans are going to be in trouble, because this whole attack would be another failure. Last time, Donald Trump came and he said that they decapitated every single nuclear facility in Iran, and it's over. Iran has absolutely no more nuclear capabilities.
Right.
That's what they said last time. Now here we are back again in a very short period of time. The Americans are attacking because they don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. So what are they going to do? They're going to continue this fiasco, or do they have the ability this time to overturn the Iranian regime and install a regime that is amicable to Israel and America? If they don't, then this is just a repeat of a fiasco, and it's going to go on and on forever. This morning, the Israelis attacked the homes of Iranian leaders, apparently the home of Ali Larijani, and we know that they destroyed the home of Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, the ex-president of Iran. So it does seem like they are going after the leadership in specific. If we listen to what Trump said and Netanyahu said this morning, both of them came out calling on the Iranian people to help topple the regime. So if that's the goal of the war, then the regime needs to be toppled before America can declare victory. If the regime is not toppled, then the project has failed. So the stakes are very, very high, and if the regime feels that they are going to be toppled, or it is possible to topple the regime, then the Iranians may actually escalate in terms of attacks. They will try to make it as painful as possible for the Americans and the Israelis, and they may attack beyond the red lines, because if it's a matter of life and death, then they are cornered and they will become extremely vicious.
Right. Mr. Ramzy, I have two questions now for you, because you have raised a very important point. Now, you have pointed out to the real reason behind the continuous interest in striking Iran every while and then. It is a very clear interest in the oil, just like what happened in Venezuela, and at the same time controlling. In order to control the oil, you have to change the regime once again, or change the administration of that state, like what happened in Venezuela. But only the plan is different. So, in other words, if the people of Iran do not have the desire, or are not ready now to change the Iranian administration or the regime, do you think this is going to make a difference, or what is going to happen? Are the people in favor of changing the regime? Because this is another question. Is the regime now the best example of regime that could be fit for the Iranian people, or that doesn't matter at all?
Well, in Iran is a very big country, and the Iranian population is very big, and the regime is very strong. This is not Venezuela. Iran is not Venezuela at all, and they cannot deal with it as Venezuela. And they didn't need to move the whole U.S. Army military towards Venezuela in order to be able to kidnap its president. So Iran is not that. Iran is different. But absolutely, if the whole idea is to put their hands on Iranian oil, they cannot do that without installing a client regime in Iran that would actually hand over the Iranian oil to the Americans as they please. Yes, absolutely, if that's the goal. If the goal is to appease Israel and to make sure that Netanyahu is a hero in the eyes of his own people, then it may not be about oil. It may as well be the Americans actually delivering another gift to Netanyahu at a time when Netanyahu is readying for elections in Israel. So if that's the case, then it will most likely not lead to an actual overturn of the regime in Iran. Now, as for the Iranian people, the question you asked me, of course there are people in Iran who would like to see the regime changed. Of course there are people like that, but are these people organized and equipped to overturn the regime?
They could with the help of the United States, and we all know that, and we have seen that scenario happen before without any details.
They weren't able to turn over the regime. Even when they came out and demonstrations erupted recently in Iran, and Donald Trump came out encouraging it and pointing a finger at the Iranian regime and demanding that the Iranian regime does not kill civilians, etc. Even during that period, the Iranians were able to control the streets, and the demonstrations stopped. The other thing that happens is this: even if these people are against the regime, and they are willing to go out against the regime, the minute their country is attacked, they are against the attackers by default. This is what happened during the first attack when the USA went in and destroyed all of the nuclear facilities in Iran. The Iranian people unified against the aggression. And those people who are against the regime in Iran are not necessarily pro-Israel. So to them, Israel is still the enemy. Israel is the enemy that is killing children and committing genocide, etc., etc. So these people are not going to suddenly be in love with Israel and America just because they don't like the regime. The ones who are not clients of foreign intelligence agencies, and even those do exist on the ground. The CIA has operatives there, the Mossad has operatives there. We know that. The Iranians know that. Many of them were caught. Last time, they were able to send out drones from inside of Iran to attack certain facilities and certain residences of Iranian officials last bout. And I'm sure that this may be happening again this bout. But these people are a few. Do they have the ability to actually overturn the regime? And these people are not the ones who oppose the regime because they want democracy in Iran. The democratic forces in Iran are most likely also groups that are against the USA and against Israel and against attacking Iran and killing its people and damaging its abilities, whether it is gas or even military.
Right. At the end of the day, Mr. Ramzy Khoury, the Jordanian journalist and writer, thank you so much for talking to us on Special Edition. May you have a good day.